My name is Gavin Evans, and this is my review of Jack the Giant Slayer. And this review will have spoilers, so there's your warning. But I remember having a fun time with this movie, but it did receive bad reviews, so I just rewatched it for the first time and it's even better than I remembered. This movie is just a great time. So let's begin talking about the cast. And Nicholas Hoult carries this movie so perfectly. He's effortlessly charming and sincere, and you just can't help but root for him. Eleanor Tomlinson as the princess, I thought did a fantastic job. She is so charming and likable and beautiful, and she brought plenty of personality to this character. Stanley Tucci plays a complete scumbag, but he just does it so well. Like, he is so over the top in the best way possible. Ian McShane, I really like his character because there's a scene where he realizes what needs to be done, and what needs to be done is to cut down the beanstalk despite him losing his daughter forever. But he decides to make that tough decision. But you can still tell he's a loving and caring father, and he was really well written, and Ian McShane just elevates him in every sense. He doesn't phone it in here, he completely worked for me. Bill Nye gives a voice performance, but he still added plenty. He is so menacing and does it so well. But the standout of this movie is Ewan McGregor. He is one of my favorite actors ever, and a movie like this just showcases why. He brought so much personality and energy to this movie, and you can't help but love him. Like, he is such a delightful presence, and he steals every single scene he's in. So the entire cast is actually great. Like, there's not a weak link out of the bunch, and I really do like how this movie adapts the story of Jack and the Beanstalk. It's a classic story, we all know it, and it keeps so many of those key aspects like the beans, the beanstalks, the giant, Jack, but the narrative surrounding those aspects is really compelling and it completely worked for me. I like the added mythology of this crown that can control the giant and how this human wants to use it to become ruler of Earth, but how eventually the giants get it and then they decide to, well, attack mankind. Like, it's just a movie that escalates perfectly. Begins with an adventure of them having to rescue the princess by going to the land of giants, and it ends with the giants coming to our land. Just perfectly done. I also do like how this movie plays around with size. Like, in the land of the giants, Jack is like a mouse, and you just get that impression. Everything is so much bigger than him, and it actually adds to the tension because if he comes across a giant, he's just completely screwed. Like, you feel hopeless for the main characters at times, and it kept me locked in. The action can be very exciting. I love the stuff where they're just climbing up the beanstalk. And I love that one scene where Ewan McGregor jumps off onto the beanstalk just in time, and then Jack and the princess swing off of it. That is such a fantastic moment. And the final battle is legitimately top notch. Like, I was on the edge of my seat. It is very exciting stuff. And I like how the movie ends with Jack putting the one bean in the giant's mouth, and then the beanstalk tears him apart and his eyes pop out. It's just really great stuff. So yeah, this movie just delivers in so much. The romance completely worked for me. It got me to care for these characters even more. It's sweet, it's charming, and yeah, like this movie just gave me everything I wanted from an adventure fantasy story. But that said, I do got two issues. The first one is, like I said, I love the scenes where they're climbing the beanstalk, but I do think that the height could have been captured better. It could have been a bit more tense. But the big negative with this movie is the CGI isn't great. I did get used to it after a while, but it's a bit jarring and it's definitely an aspect that could have been improved. Not enough to ruin the movie or anything, but an obvious flaw. But that all said, I had such a great time with this movie. I was entertained and engaged the entire time. You get adventure, you get action, you get romance, you get some tension. It just gives you everything you want. I think it is such a great, unique telling of Jack and the Beanstalk. So I'll give Jack the Giant Slayer an 8 out of 10. And also, the cast really is that good. But anyways, Jack the Giant Slayer, have you seen it? What did you think? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, stay tuned for more videos soon. And Gavin,